Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy King Killer back here today with another video. Thank you guys for dropping by. So in today's video, we're going to be rebuilding the Los Angeles Clippers because they recently went ahead and signed Russell Westbrook to the team to pair him up with PG and Kawhi. And yeah, I think this was a great signing by the Clippers as they brought in a former MVP to help out. And despite what a lot of people say about Russ, I still think he has a lot left in the tank, even though his name was dragged through the mud, blamed for everything that was wrong with the Lakers, and pretty much he was made the scapegoat for the Lakers' terrible seasons. I still think Russ is a really good player, and I still think he could play at a really high level. Alright, so taking a look at what we got on the team, we are good at point guard as we do have 3 really good point guards. Shooting guard, we are good. Small forward, I would like a better backup small forward in free agency to back up Kawhi Leonard. Power forward, I think this is the spot where we're going to struggle as we do have to go out and find a new power forward because Marcus Morris is going to start regressing after this season. He is 33. Same thing with Robert Covington, Nicholas Batum. And I think it's hard to find power forwards in 2K. Like power forwards, or like at least like in a realistic setting, I think it's probably one of the hardest positions to fill on a roster in 2K. So we're going to have to see what we can do and maybe have to trade Robert Covington along with like a first round pick or Marcus Morris. We're gonna have to trade one of these guys definitely because we do want to upgrade that power forward spot. And then for the center position, we are good right now because they did end up trading for Mason Plumlee, so that was actually a really good trade for them. And yeah, coming over here to the rotation, we got Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, Mason Plumlee. Off the bench, we got Norman Powell, Zubac, Highland, Terrence Mann, and Robert Covington. Taking a look at system proficiency for this team, it is going to go ahead. Nothing is better than 3.5 stars. So I think we could go ahead and run with, I think 7 seconds we should be good. And taking a look at the shot tendencies for the players, Kawhi Leonard could go up to like a 90. Paul George could go down to like a 95. His touches could also go down just a little bit. Mason Plumlee could get about like 55. Russell Westbrook, I think we could leave him at an 80 for this season before maybe he starts regressing. Norman Powell, he could go up a little bit to like a 75. Zubac could go up to like a 55. Highland could stay at a 70. Terrence Mann could go up to like a 65, and then Morris could stay at a 70 with Robert Covington getting like a 50. So this is what we are running for the rest of the season. We are 33-28, sitting 4th in the conference. I'm hoping we could avoid the play-in tournament and maybe we could slip into like the 3rd seed, but I don't know. It's going to be tough. I don't think we're going to win 50 games this season because we're already halfway through the season. So we have to go like 17-5 to get that. And I'm not sure this Clippers team can do it right now because I would definitely like to upgrade this team in the offseason. I think they are missing a couple of pieces. They started off on the right foot by signing Russell Westbrook, a former, like I said, former MVP. And I think he should fit right into this Clippers team. So we're going to go ahead and simulate, and I will catch you guys at the end of season number 1. Alright, so at the end of season number 1, Luka winning MVP, Paolo winning Rookie of the Year, Malcolm Brogdon winning 6th Man, Giannis Depoy, Segun winning Most Improved, and then Mike Budenholzer winning Coach of the Year. Do we get anybody on an All-NBA team? We do not. We do not get Paul George or Kawhi on an All-NBA team. What about an All-Defensive team? We do not get anybody. Okay, that's kind of shocking. I would have thought we would have got Paul George or Kawhi Leonard on one of these teams. But taking a look at where we finished on the year, as we ended up going 49-33, good enough for the 2nd spot in the West. Okay, so not bad. So I think we ended the year going 16-6, I believe. Not too bad. Okay, so taking a look at the season stats for the players, we did have Paul George leading the way with 23 points, about 6 rebounds, and 5.5 assists with over a steal and a half a night. Kawhi Leonard with about 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 4.5 assists with over a steal a night. Norman Powell with about 16 points. Was he efficient? Okay, so he was pretty efficient shooting the ball, 49% and 41% from deep. Russell Westbrook with about 15.5 points, 6 rebounds, and 7.5 assists with almost a steal a night. Okay, so he wasn't the worst shooting the ball, but maybe we do got to lower that 3-point tendency for him. Eric Gordon didn't end up playing for us, but he averaged about 13 points. Marcus Morris with about 12. Bones Highland with about 11 points. Was he efficient? Not the worst. Okay. Mason Plumlee with about 11 and 9. Zubac with about 10 and 9.5 off the bench. Terrence Mann with about 9. And then I believe that is everybody. Oh no, wait, we have Robert Covington with about 4.5. So not too bad. Was he efficient? Okay, never mind. I probably shouldn't have looked at that because that was pretty bad. But taking a look at who we are facing in round number 1, it is Battle of Los Angeles, as we are taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, this should definitely be interesting. I feel like our team should win. We do have a good team right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and simulate. I'm not even gonna adjust the minutes. I kind of just want to go with the flow, seeing how we do against the Lakers, and we end up winning in 7 games. Okay, so the Clippers end up coming out victorious, as game number 1 we did lose. Norman Powell with 21, Paul George with 19. Game number 2 we ended up winning. Paul George with 27 and 10, Kawhi with 24. Game number 3 we ended up winning, as Paul George dropped 32 and Kawhi with 24. Game number 4 we ended up losing. Kawhi dropped 29 and Paul George with 22. Game number 5 we ended up losing, as Paul George dropped 22 and Kawhi with 21. Game number 6 we ended up winning by 11, Kawhi with 21 and Paul George with 17. And then game number 7 we ended up blowing them out by 20 points, as Paul George dropped 34, 7 and 7 and Kawhi with 25. Not too bad, as we are now facing the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, this would be such a good matchup in real life, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I had seen something on Twitter where they might match up in the first round. It's a possibility, so I think that would be such a cool matchup. So we are gonna go ahead and simulate round number 2. I'm hoping, I am kind of scared for this one, because Luka and Kyrie, that's a pretty nasty duo. So we are gonna go ahead and simulate, and we end up losing in 6. Damn. Okay, I kind of expected it, because Luka does go crazy in the playoffs, and now he has Kyrie Irving on the team. Okay, so game number 1 we ended up losing. Kawhi with 21, George with 20. Game number 2 we ended up winning. Paul George with 24, Norman Powell with 20. Game number 3 we ended up losing by 3, as Kawhi dropped 29 and Norman Powell with 26. Game number 4 we ended up losing by 2. No, we lost 2 close games. Paul George with 33 and Kawhi with 24. Game number 5 we ended up blowing them out, as Paul George dropped 29 and Kawhi with 25. And in game number 6 we ended up losing by 13. Paul George dropped 26 and Russell Westbrook with 21. How did he do in these playoffs? Oh, that was horrible. Westbrook, come on. No, this can't be the Westbrook they about to get. 9.5 points. He fell off in these playoffs. I don't know. Maybe Westbrook comes off the bench next season. I'm not too sure, but I do want to go ahead and get some trades done. Now, like I said, I am going to be looking for a power forward this free agency, as the Miami Heat win it in 7. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start looking for a power forward. Maybe I trade some players, maybe I get like a high draft pick. Not too high, but maybe I get like a realistic pick, maybe like in the mid, like 10 to 15, somewhere around there, as Nicholas Batum does end up retiring. But I do want to maybe go ahead and draft the power forward. So I'm going to see what I do, and I'll just go ahead and show you guys whatever moves I make. Alright, so for the first trade of the video, we are going to trade Robert Covington and 2 second-round picks to the Portland Trail Blazers for pick 19. Let's see if they accept this, and they do. Alright, so the next trade that I'm going to be making is going to be a big one. I'm going to be sending Norman Powell, Brandon Boston, Eric Gordon, and a first-round pick to the Dallas Mavericks for Christian Wood. Let's see if they accept this, and they do not. What if I go ahead and throw in a second-round pick? They do not. What if I go in and throw in another second-round pick? And they do it. So now we have Christian Wood on the team, and I'm going to go ahead and make him our power forward. Alright, so the next trade I'm looking at is going to be Terrence Mann and Mason Plumlee for Clint Capella. I'm thinking the Hawks will accept this, because they don't have a backup point guard. They already have a Kungwu, and then they just drafted Cal Ware, so it looks like Clint Capella isn't in their long-term plans. So I'm going to see if they will accept this trade. This will be huge for us, and they do accept it. So welcome to the team, Clint Capella. Alright, so for season number 2, this is what the rotation is looking like after all the trades. We got Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Christian Wood, and Clint Capella. Off the bench, we got Bones Highland, Zubac, Seth Curry, and Gregory Jackson. Taking a look at the system proficiency for this team, there are a couple of 4 stars, but I don't want to run defense. I don't really want to run grit and grind, because it doesn't really benefit some of these players. So I think I want to go ahead and get something that's like even all around, and I think that's going to go ahead and be 7 seconds, so we will go ahead and leave it at that. And now taking a look at the shot tendencies, Kawhi could go up to like a 90, Paul George could stay like at a 94, Christian Wood can stay at a 75, Clint Capella could definitely go up to about like a 55, Russell Westbrook could go down to like a 75, Zubac could go up to like a 55, Highland as our 6th man, I think he could go up to like a 70. Seth Curry could go up to like a 60. Morris won't be playing for us, and then I think Gregory Jackson will go ahead and get like 65. And you know what, we could actually give a little bit more to Seth Curry. So we're gonna go ahead and simulate 3 games, and I'm thinking this team can definitely finish as a first seed, as we do win our first 3 games. We ended up beating the Kings by 5 points. Paul George with 37, Christian Wood with 24 points and 7 rebounds. The second game of the season, we ended up blowing out the Warriors as Russell Westbrook dropped 24, 6 and 8, and Paul George with 27, 5 and 10. Kawhi with 24, and then Highland with 20 and 10 off the bench. Yo, this team does not mess around. In the third game of the season, we ended up beating the OKC Thunder. Kawhi with 24, Christian Wood with 23, and Paul George with 20, and Clint Capella with 16 and 12. Oh, this is going to be a fun season. So I'm expecting a first seed from this team. Over 55 wins, I think. We're going to go ahead and simulate, and let's see if I'm right. Alright, so at the end of season number 2, Jason Tatum winning MVP, Scoot winning Rookie of the Year, Amen Thompson winning 6th Man, Giannis Depoy, Tyler Hero winning Most Improved, and then Joe Mazzulla going Coach of the Year. And taking a look at the All-NBA teams, do we get anybody? We surprisingly do not get anybody. Okay. Taking a look at where we finished on the year. Oh, so we ended up going... Okay, so we ended up going 44 and 38. I was not expecting that. I thought we were gonna for sure have at least 50 wins, as we do finish as the 5th seed. So what happened? We literally had a good start to the year. We started off 3-0. Paul George with 20 points only. Come on, you have like a 95 shot tendency. How are you only gonna average 20 points? Kawhi with about 19. Christian Wood with about 16 and 8.5. You see, Christian Wood was pretty good for us. Highland with about 13 points off the bench. Westbrook with about 13, 5 and 7. Clint Capella with 10 and 10. Seth Curry with about 10. Zubac with about 9 and 7 off the bench. And then Gregory Jackson with about 4.5 and 2 rebounds. Yo, come on. What happened to these guys? I low-key thought we would have done better. I thought we would have done way better. So we are going to go ahead and actually adjust the rotations real quick. Westbrook could get like 28. Paul George could get like 2 more. Clint Capella is for whatever reason unhappy, so we could give like a couple more to Christian Wood. Highland, he could get about like 29, I guess. He's playing more than Russell Westbrook. Actually, we'll keep him at the exact number as Russell Westbrook. And then, you know what, Gregory Jackson could go in and get like a little bit more minutes, I guess. But damn, that's crazy. I really did think this team was on its way to winning like 55 plus games. We had a bunch of good guys on this team. So we're going to go ahead and simulate the play-in tournament. And we are facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Did they add anybody else? Not really. So we're going to go ahead and we do have the talent to win. It just didn't show in the regular season. But I definitely think these guys can win a championship. So we are going to go ahead and simulate. Did I speak too soon? Yeah, I did. So we lose in the first round. I don't know. I really thought this team was it. But I guess not, as we do end up losing. And I'm just going to take a look at the player stats real quick for the playoffs. Let's see who needs to be off this team. Paul George stepped it up at least 26 points. Christian Wood stepping it up 18. Kawhi with only 17 though. That's kind of scary. Russell Westbrook, come on. Westbrook only averaged 12 points these playoffs. Yo, Westbrook just hasn't been good for us. I don't know why. He's an 80 overall. I mean, he's good at rebounding, good at giving assists. I mean, he didn't shoot bad from the field, 53%, but I was kind of expecting a little bit more from Russ, especially because he is on the thumbnail of this video, and this video is all about him. But I don't know. I guess 2K just doesn't show love like that no more to Westbrook. Clint Capella with about 12 points and 8 rebounds. Highland with about 11. Zubac with about 9 and only 4 rebounds off the bench. Curry with about 8, and then Jackson with about 5. Okay, so it's gonna be some tough moves to make. I don't know if maybe we bring in another scorer off the bench, or maybe we need to, you know, just give more minutes to some of these guys. But Jason Tatum wins Finals MVP as they do beat the Rockets in 7 games. So I think more or less, I think I actually do just want to keep the same team. I'm not gonna lie, because I think this team just needs one more year together, and we just gotta re-sign Westbrook. I think Highlands is on a team. He has a team option, and I don't know. Maybe I go out and trade for a like better 6-man. So whatever I do, I'll go ahead and show you before the season starts. And if I don't make any moves, then I'll just catch you guys at the start of season number 3 with the rotations. Alright, and for the final season, I actually do want to go ahead and just make one trade. So I'm going to be sending Zubox, Seth Curry, Bones Highland, and our first round pick to the Lakers for Fred VanVleet and Alex Fuller. Do they accept this trade? Yes, they do. So welcome to the team, Fred VanVleet. Alright, and I think our last trade for the season is going to be Chris Clements and Amir Coffey for Bruno Fernando and a second round pick. Do they accept this trade? Yes, they do. Alright, so for the final season here in LA, this is what the starting lineup is looking like. We got Fred VanVleet, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Christian Wood, Clint Capella. Off the bench, we got Russell Westbrook, Malik Beasley, Gregory Jackson, and Bruno Fernando. Taking a look at system proficiency for this team, it is going to be, we have a couple of 4 stars, so I think we're going to go ahead and run 7 seconds. And then taking a look at the shot tendencies for these players, Kawhi can go ahead and go down a little bit to like an 85. Christian Wood can go up to like an 80. Fred VanVleet can go up to like a 70. Clint Capella could go up to like a 60. Paul George can go down to like a 90. Russell Westbrook off the bench can get like 75. Gregory Jackson can get like 70. Malik Beasley can get like 60. And then Bruno can get like 60. Actually, we might want to go ahead. What did he average? How did he shoot last season? Okay, so actually, no, we can go ahead and leave him at a 60. So I don't know how confident I am in this team, honestly, just because a lot of these players have regressed a lot. Like Paul George regressed, Kawhi regressed, Russell Westbrook regressed. So I'm honestly not too sure how this season's gonna go. I really thought last season we would have had it at least like a 50 win season, or made like a deep playoff push, but we didn't. So I don't really know how I feel with this team. So we are gonna go and simulate the first 3 games of the year to see how we do. Hoping we can win all 3 of them, as we do lose the first one and we do go ahead and win the second one. So we get blown out in game number 1 as Christian Wood dropped 23, Paul George with 18. Game number 2, we beat the Suns, Paul George with 20, Kawhi with 15. And then game number 3, we did end up winning by 3 points, Paul George with 22 and Clint Capella with 18 and 9. So I think with this team is there's not going to be one guy. I kind of want it to be like everybody gets like a good amount of points. So like maybe like have like 4 players average over like 15 points a night. So we're going to see how this goes, as we are going to go ahead and simulate the final season, and I will catch you guys at the end. Alright, so at the end of season number 3, Darius Garland winning MVP, Isaiah winning Rookie of the Year, Amen Thompson 6th man, Victor winning Defensive Player of the Year, Keontae George winning Most Improved, and then Dwayne Casey winning Coach of the Year. Taking a look at the team, I doubt we get anybody on an All-NBA team. We do not. What about an All-Defensive team? We do not. So taking a look at where we finished on the year, we ended up going 43 and 39. I don't know what's been going on with me lately. I just haven't been that good at rebuilding these teams lately. Taking a look at the player stats, Christian Wood of all people led the way with 19 points and 9 rebounds. Paul George with 18, Kawhi with 14. Okay, never mind. It's probably not even me. It's just the fact that a lot of these players are like regressing so bad. Like, come on, you mean to tell me at age 33, Kawhi's gonna average 14 points? Come on, 2K, you know that ain't true. Fred VanVleet with about 14 points and 8 assists. Clint Capella with about 12 and 12. Westbrook off the bench with 12, 5, and 6. Malik Beasley with about 11. Gregory Jackson with about 11 and 4.5 off the bench. And then Otto Porter with about 6.5 points. By the way, I ended up signing Otto Porter because I needed a couple more players, and I saw he was in free agency, so I decided why not go ahead and pick him up. So he did go ahead and play over Bruno, but yeah, this is crazy. I kind of think it's not even my fault at this point. I mean, technically, I could have traded Kawhi and Paul George if I wanted to, but I didn't want to because obviously the goal of this video was to win a championship with all of these guys on the team, with Westbrook, with Paul George, with Kawhi. But I don't know, like I gotta go ahead, and I did adjust some of these shot tendencies midway through the year because I seen Kawhi was averaging about like 13, 14 points, and I was like, he ain't gonna get no 90 shot tendencies. So Kawhi, I guess, could stay at an 80. Christian Wood, our leading scorer, could go to 85. Paul George could drop, and we could go ahead and get like these 3 guys to like an 85, I guess. Maybe drop Paul George down, honestly, because 18 points, I mean, he was pretty efficient, but you know what, we could go ahead and give him 85. So 3 guys on this team are gonna have 85. Clint Capella was 60, Westbrook was 75, Gregory Jackson with about a 70 is fine, Malik Beasley is good, and then so is Otto Porter. So yeah, we are facing the Rockets, and I'm just hoping one season. I just need one good post run from these guys, from Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, all of these guys. I just need one more final run from you guys. We are gonna go ahead and adjust the rotations just a little bit, so Malik Beasley can drop down to like 16. He could get a little bit more. Westbrook can stay at a 26. Capella can stay at a 30. Wood can go up. Kawhi can go up, he can go up, and then he can go up a little bit. So yeah, this is what we are going to be running with. We are facing the Houston Rockets in round number 1. They did add a couple of new players: Brandon Miller, Monte Morris. I hope we don't lose in the first round. So we are going to go ahead and simulate. Let's see how we do. And I actually stopped it. Okay, so we are in game number 7. This is gonna be pretty much the video or not. Let's see, can we win it out? We are gonna go ahead and simulate game number 7, and we do get off to a good start. Not the best, not the worst. And we are down by 7 points. We are down by 2. We end up losing in the first round. I swear, rebuilding, even in my other Clippers rebuild, it was hard to win with this team, just because Paul George and Kawhi Leonard tend to regress so bad to the point where they can't even score. They're like role players. The Cleveland Cavaliers end up winning the championship, and that's going to be the video. So that's going to be it for today. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to go drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure to follow me on Twitter. Link will be down below. But anyways, even though I couldn't rebuild them, let me know what you guys think of this Clipper situation. Do you think they made a good signing by bringing in Russell Westbrook, or do you think he should have gone to another team? Let me know down below. And also too, let me know what else the Clippers need to do to win a championship, because with the current squad that they have, I don't really think that's a title contender. I think they can make a good deep run, but I don't think it will be good enough to win a championship. So let me know down below what you guys think. But anyways, that's gonna be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all next time. Stay safe. Peace.